Let's get this over with. YouTube, what it do? It's your boy Black Couch Booker here with another video, and today, as you guys can tell, I am not in the mood to make this video. Not because life is kicking my butt, not because it's not sunny outside, not because I'm just lazy. I don't want to make this video because I am really not feeling what's going on right now. Let me explain. WWE has a problem right now. They are so focused on accomplishments and records and how many times a person's done this, how many times a person held the belt, how long a person held the belt, who's a Grand Slam champion, who's never held this title before, that they are just not writing like a concurrent story that makes sense. They're getting rid of any story that's in place. They're not trying to come up with a great story. They just want to, oh, this person's been every champion. This person had a championship every time. Oh, this person's been champion for 1,000 days. This person's been champion for 500 days. Like, it doesn't matter about the story. They'll literally stop a story, kill a story just to put a belt on somebody so they can hold it for a certain amount of days. And they'll start, and they'll choose the wrong result just so that that title reign can continue going. And with that being said, Becky Lynch. Why? Why did Becky Lynch have to win the NXT Women's Championship right now? Why did Becky Lynch have to win the NXT Championship right now? Becky Lynch is a certified Hall of Famer. She did not need to win the NXT Championship, Women's Championship. She did not need to be a Grand Slam champion. She is a Hall of Famer regardless. People are Hall of Famers for less. We're not counting deaths. We're counting people who are in the Hall of Fame that have never won a WWE championship, never won a women's championship. There are people in the Hall of Fame right now that have never won a Royal Rumble, that have never main evented WrestleMania, that have never even won a fucking title. So why is Becky Lynch? Why did Becky Lynch beat Tiffany Stratton for the fucking women's championship? When you have a Kiana James, who I don't even fucking like, you have a Corvette Jade, you have a Gigi Dolan, you have a JC Jane, you have a Lash Legend, you have a Jakarta Jackson, you have a Roxanne Perez, you have Thea from Chase U. All these women on this fucking roster. You could have let Dana Brooke win the fucking belt if we're gonna do that. We bring Becky Lynch down on Tuesday night, and literally it's not even a fucking story. I could see if Becky Lynch came back down to face her old apprentice. She was a mentor to someone she trained up, someone she brought to the business. She came to face someone that was a rival during her NXT days that still stayed on NXT. Random as fuck, Tiffany Stratton says, oh, I need a challenge, Becky Lynch. That's not even a fucking story. And I don't even know where they're gonna go with it next. I like Becky Lynch. Don't get it wrong. Becky Lynch is a certified Hall of Famer. Becky Lynch is a top 5 women's wrestler of all time. Top 30 wrestler of all time. Top 30 wrestler of all time. I said top 30 wrestler of all time. She's not a top 10 wrestler out of men and women. She's not a top 15, not a top 20, not a top 25. She's a top 30. She's probably at like 27. Let's get one thing straight. Becky Lynch did not need to win the NXT Women's Championship. Tiffany Stratton should have held it longer. The NXT is a developmental brand in order to develop and get some good work in. NXT is not a burial ground for old stars to go back and to find their mojo, but that is what is becoming Dana Brooke, Baron Corbin, Mustafa Ali, however you want to pronounce. Which I don't have a problem with to a certain extent. Someone like a Baron Corbin, Ali, Dana Brooke, yes, they could benefit from that. Becky Lynch is at the top of her game. She just beat Trish Stratus. She just beat a fucking legend. One of the greatest women of all time. Why not put her in another high-profile feud? Why can't we pull the trigger on Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair? It's been a long fucking time. Why did she have to go and beat a talent at NXT that was actually on the rise and people actually enjoyed the reign, and that needs more work? Tiffany Stratton is not ready to go up to the main roster, so you're going to take the belt off of her where she can defend against other women who aren't ready as well, and they can develop together. You're going to have her lose to someone who is a Hall of Famer. It doesn't make logical sense. I like Becky Lynch. I'll say it again. I like Charlotte Flair. I didn't even like when Charlotte Flair beat fucking Rhea Ripley for the NXT Championship back in the day. It didn't make no fucking sense to me. Just so she could, like, what? Are you serious? This doesn't make sense. Logical sense would be to have Becky Lynch go against Zoe Stark solo, but obviously you can't do that because you made Zoe Stark turn on Trish Stratus too fast, or Trish Stratus turn on Zoe Stark too fast, which is something that you could have built. Now you're gonna put Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark together for no reason, when in actuality, what you could do is put them against together to get some good work, and then put them together. They face each other one time. Hey, you know, you're pretty good. Hey, you're pretty good too. I'll help you out when you get in trouble. Doesn't make sense. That's a good tag team. I like that pairing. I didn't even think about that. That's a good pairing. But now, but it's just random. It's out of nowhere. Becky Lynch has people she can go against on that roster. Raquel's gonna need somebody to go against now that we're gonna have Rhea Ripley versus Nia Jax. Raquel needs someone to work with. Even though she is right. I don't even know if Raquel is a primary SmackDown or Raw superstar at this point. So you know what? I couldn't even tell you. But I'll say this. WWE has a serious problem. I don't know where they're getting this from, where they want to have people have so many accolades all of a sudden, because there are so many people who we consider Hall of Famers who really did not do shit. Nothing of significance. There are Hall of Famers who only won fucking titles one time. They didn't even hold them for long. Hall of Fame, there are no credentials to the WWE Hall of Fame. It's whoever Vince McMahon feels like inducting. The Hall of Fame has no credentials for the WWE. It is whoever Vince McMahon feels like inducting that year. Let's be honest. So, my biggest disappointment is that the women on NXT, they're going to have good matches against Becky Lynch to get some good work in, but they're not going to develop as far as their promos. Because when you're someone who's young on the NXT roster, or just young, and you're going to get someone who's a seasoned vet at promos and wrestling, you're getting work, but it's not helping you on TV. It's not helping your on-screen image of what you're trying to accomplish, which is to become a future star to be on the main roster. Because no matter what, the fans are going to cheer the person they know more, who's more popular, unless you're just super duper popular from the jump. Like, let's say LA Knight was still on NXT and he was having his run he's having now, and he went up against somebody who's on the main roster, he would still get cheers. But nobody's about to fucking cheer a Roxanne Perez over a Becky Lynch when they are doing a promo battle. When Cora Jade is doing a promo battle with fucking Trish Stratus, even if Trish Stratus the heel, or whoever she's going against as a face, they're not going to get cheers over fucking Trish Stratus, whether they're on NXT or on Raw or SmackDown when they're doing their thing. It just doesn't make logical sense to me, and it's kind of frustrating because the women's division in WWE is the strongest women's division as far as talent, but they don't do shit. AEW did something really great, which is letting Paige, aka Saraya. I don't know. I don't watch it. I don't watch AEW like that. Paige, if you nasty, Paige. They let Paige win the belt, which I did not expect. I expected Toni Storm to have a little run, so I was very pleased with that outcome. What is WWE doing? They're not even letting Io Sky defend the fucking belt. Rhea Ripley's about to go against Nia Jax, which y'all say I didn't want that video, so I'm not going to talk about it. I might talk about it briefly in another video, but it's like, bro, there's so much fucking talent on this roster. We don't have to hire free agents. We don't have to go to NXT, bro. There's enough talent on each brand to go around to have concurrent, regular stories that make sense and that could come back around years from now, months from now, or we can look back and pull old stories up genuinely. But we'll see what happens. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. I'm not happy with this. I'm out.